Usually I'd make a video on Dragon Ball FighterZ and ask you guys to leave in the comments which character you'd like to see the most. Then I'd go into those comments and count how many votes each character got, and from that I'd make a top 8 most wanted Season 2 DLC characters. That's usually how things go in this channel, but this time someone did the work for me. A user by the name of So Fast So Maybe has put a huge poll on Reddit, and this is already like a month old or so, but he got 4,000 people to participate on it, and I thought I'd lend this channel as my own personal megaphone to say, yes, this is what the people want. He reached way more people than I would, so here it is, the community's top 8 most wanted DLC characters for Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ. And number 8, Toppo. I can definitely see him being the grappler type. Toppo's deal is that he's a big hug giver. He really likes hugs. Hugs that you just cannot escape from. Deadly hugs. Oh, imagine if that was his assist. He comes out from the corner, he hugs the opponent, and then holds him in place and says, hit him with all you got. It's probably not Toppo's voice in English. And then your active character would just beat up the guy that Toppo is holding, and instead of the enemy character reacting to your combo like going up and down in height, they would just stay in place because they were held in place by Toppo, giving you access to completely brand new combo routes as long as Toppo is out there holding the guy. Oh, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Yeah, I second that. I definitely second that. Toppo. For sure. And number 7, Gogeta Super Saiyan. Gogeta definitely is one of the most wanted characters. I would personally like to see some Dragon Ball GT represented in this game somehow. And I think the best way to do that is, other than having another version of Goku, is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Now, GT is very polarizing, so I understand why GT didn't really make top 8 in this poll. Sorry, spoiler alert. No GT characters. But Gogeta was always going to make it in. I think even though Gogeta didn't have a lot of screen time over the years, many Dragon Ball games featured Gogeta, and Arc Systems hasn't been shy about going to other games looking for inspiration for their characters. So Gogeta definitely has the potential, but at the same time, no idea what Arc Systems would do with him. And number 6, the only Goku variant that I'm willing to accept in this game, Kid Goku, with the Power Pole. I think the community in general agrees that there are too many versions of Goku and Vegeta in this game. Majin Vegeta is probably my favorite version of Vegeta, and I wouldn't want it to be in Fighters because we have enough Vegetas right now. So that's where I'm coming from. I don't want duplicate characters, but Kid Goku, he totally doesn't count. The size difference would make him a completely different character. The Power Pole mechanics would be so exciting to see in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Sure, maybe he has a Kamehameha, and in that way he's similar to other beam attacks, but everything else about this character has to be so different from what is currently in the game. Besides, this was from a time where Dragon Ball was so whimsical in its fighting moves. It got a lot more serious by the time Dragon Ball Z came along. We gotta save the universe, and it's all about these epic ultimate moves that are definitely very exciting, but back on Dragon Ball, you just had this kid playing around with his tail and coming up with some very weird attacks. And I'd love to see that in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Absolutely, this has my seal of approval. Kid Goku, bring him on. And number 5, we have Mr. Satan, and I'm actually surprised he didn't make it any higher. Mr. Satan is one of those characters that I see requested all the time. That said, the developers did mention that they wouldn't have any joke characters. Of course, this was a very long time ago, before Dragon Ball FighterZ was even out. They were just promoting the game through some events and interviews, so Mr. Satan was sort of a discarded possibility from the get-go. I wonder if enough has changed now that they would actually consider including Mr. Satan in their Season 2 DLC. I don't know, but it would be pretty weird to see Mr. Satan become a top-tier character. So if he's not a joke character, I don't know how I feel about it, but who cares? I mean, Yamcha is fighting Vegito Blue. At some point, you gotta let the canon go just so you can enjoy the fighting game a lot more. That said, I can't see Mr. Satan without some sort of goofy moveset, and goofy movesets being too strong is something that I just never feel good about. If they do decide to bring Mr. Satan to the game, they have one heck of a puzzle to solve here, and I'm curious as to what their solution would be. And number 4, Jiren. Okay, out of everyone on this list, Jiren is the one that I'm the least interested in. And that's just because I don't know what Jiren's old gimmick is besides he just punches people really hard. I mean, that's his whole thing, right? He's just super strong, and there's not a lot of unique stuff about him him to bring into a fighting game. And I'm sure Arc Systems would figure out some unique gimmick for Jiren. Absolutely, I have all the faith in the world in that developer. If you ask me, well, what's the character you want the most for Season 2 of Dragon Ball FighterZ, I would probably look for someone unique with some unique moves that could be interpreted nicely into Dragon Ball FighterZ. Jiren doesn't really have anything, but I get it. He's like the strongest villain Dragon Ball history has ever seen, so I get the appeal. I don't think he's a good fit for fighters. But hey, he's number 4 on the most wanted list, so there's definitely some player demand, and maybe you guys will get your wish. And number 3, we have Janemba. This has been one of my most requested characters throughout Season 1 as well. I'm always talking about Janemba, and 2 other characters. But Janemba in particular, it's because of his reality bending stuff. Like, we need that stage. We need that alternate world stage. I think Janemba, just like Hit, has such a unique ability in Dragon Ball that I would love to see interpreted in this game. Hit's time stop abilities were interpreted in a couple of unique ways, with a parry, with a stance invulnerability, and I think overall they made Hit a very interesting and very unique character, and I think the same would happen with Janemba. So yes, 100 times yes. Give me that guy. And number 2, Kefla, the fusion of Caulifla and Kale. It's like Broly fused with another Super Saiyan, but all of it is canon. I can definitely see the appeal of this. Now, it's hard to see Kefla as not being just another generic Saiyan with a generic moveset, and that's maybe the biggest thing that would make me say, maybe not. But I agree that it was definitely a very exciting character, and it happened during a time in the anime where a lot of cool stuff was happening too. So yeah, sure, I approve. Kefla. And at the number 1, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, Master Roshi. The original Kamehameha, the Mafuba, would make him such a unique character. And that's just assuming we're gonna fight as Master Roshi in his beefed up state the whole time. Because if that's an install, if that's something you can turn on or off, then Master Roshi gains yet another very unique thing. Master Roshi has so many abilities to pull from that yes, I would very much like to see Arc Systems tackle this character. Just please make it happen. Oh, Master Roshi would be so exciting. Put some clever Easter eggs in there whenever he fights a female character, like some nosebleeds and stuff, and oh, mwah, you've hit gold. That's the top 8, though this survey did go a little bit further beyond. It gave us the most wanted characters placed after the top 8, and you can see a lot of most wanted characters there as well. Gogeta Super Saiyan 4 that we talked about earlier. Dabura, that if he makes it in, I just hope he can spit on people and turn them into stone. Videl would be super exciting. Great Saiyaman is the best version of Gohan, no matter what anyone says. Then we had the top 5 most unwanted characters with Goku Jr., Spopovich, Bobby D. What's wrong with Bobby D? Bobby D would be kind of exciting. Mecha Frieza and Frieza First Form. Yeah, I understand all of these except for Bobby D. He's so different and unique anyway. Then we got the top 5 characters that were the most polarizing, meaning the most votes of yes, I want that, and no, I don't. Like, there's no consensus on this top 5, and Baby Vegeta, Whis, Kale, Trio the Dangers, which if they fought as one character, that would be awesome. And Goku Super Saiyan 4. I'm surprised Goku Super Saiyan 4 was polarizing, purely because it's a GT character. I thought no one would want him, but yes, apparently a lot of people still do. And that's good to see in my book. I don't want another Goku, so I would have probably voted I don't want this guy at all. I would be on that end of the spectrum, but I'm kind of surprised that yes, a lot of people still want Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then perhaps the funniest category is the characters that had people asking who? Hachaka and Hirudegarn from the movies. Mira and Towa, probably players who didn't play Xenoverse, were asking who? Yeah, Dragon Ball Hero stuff, Dragon Ball Xeno Universe. And then Bacterian, which actually, who the hell is Bacterian? Oh, is that smelly guy who fought against Krillin in the tournament, isn't he? Opponents would fight with only one hand since they had to use the other one to cover their nose. See, this is what I'm talking about. Original Dragon Ball was just quirky. If Kid Goku makes it into the game, oh, I want to see some stupid dumb moves. And if I could add my 2 cents to this list, I think it looks pretty good, but it's obviously missing Gregory. Let me know which characters you would add to this top 8. I'd love to know if this channel is on the same page as the rest of the Dragon Ball FighterZ community. So hit up that comment section. Let me know. And if you're playing fighters on PC, we're opening signups for a PC tournament very, very soon. If you want to be a part of that, go premium on Patreon and join us on Discord. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Boy.